Good morning. It is Sunday the 4th of May, and in today's vlog I thought we would do a get ready with me while we have a chat because there's lots going on, and then we're going to have a what's new in my wardrobe try on because I'm going to a wedding in June and I ordered a dress which I was really pleased about, but then I saw a couple of other dresses on Cos. Cos is one of my favourite places, especially for dresses. They've always been really good at dresses, I think. And I saw a couple and I just thought I'm just going to order them and see if I like them. And now I'm in a slight dilemma about whether to actually not keep the one that I was going to wear to the wedding and keep one of the other two from Cos. So maybe you can help me decide on that. I've also got a couple of pairs of trousers in a petite size from Whistles, which I thought I'd model for you and see if we can style together. And I'll also tell you about my Nespresso machine. Oh, and at the end, I will let you know how I've got on with my diet. So I'm not going to weigh myself again today because it's Sunday and I went out for dinner last night, which I'll tell you about a bit later. And because I've eaten a decent meal last night, I really don't want to weigh myself this morning. So as I did last week, I'll weigh myself Wednesday morning before the vlog goes up. And so at the end of the video, I'll put up on the screen whether I've lost anything or not. So it's a beautiful sunny day and I'm going to go and have a shower and then we'll do a get ready with me and have a proper chat. So we're going to do a get ready with me and the sun has just come out and I've got this warm jumper on, but I think we'll just leave it for now because after we've done the get ready with me, we're going to do the fashion try on with the new clothes that I brought into my wardrobe. So I'll be taking this off anyway. So let's crack on with the get ready with me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same product that I wore last night when I went out for my daughter's 40th birthday. We had dinner in a local French restaurant and I didn't do anything very exotic with my makeup at all. I'll also show you actually a bit later what I wore. I just did a very simple makeup and I didn't have makeup on all day until the evening actually. And we're going to be trying one brand new product to me. I think it's brand new to the brand as well, brand new to the brand. You know what I mean. So let me put my hair back. And actually the other thing we'll do is we will curl my hair a bit later. I mean, I know it's curly already, but one of my lovely subscribers suggested to make it a little bit less frizzy is to curl some of the top bits with a tong. And do you know what? It worked a treat. I was a little bit nervous doing it, but we're going to do that a bit later. I'll show you how well it worked. So I've prepped my skin. Oh, do you know what we haven't got? Hold on one second. Don't go away. We haven't got, well we have now, the toner. So this is not only a new toner, which you will have seen in my video that went up on Sunday, which was about my spring summer skincare, and I'll link that down below for you if you haven't seen it. And what do you mean you haven't seen it? Of course you have. What we're going to do is I'm going to apply some of this toner under my eyes before I do the rest of my makeup, and this is a Nikki LaRose tip. So the idea is that it sort of fills in the crevices, of which there are many. And I can't tell you whether it's actually making a big difference or not, but we could try it one day with one eye, couldn't we? But what she did say also is once you've applied your concealer, which we'll do in a sec, let it settle down before you put powder on top. So yesterday I did powder under my eyes and I have been doing for the last 2 or 3 days and it seems to be fine. I think I just need to be very careful that I don't put too much powder, and I've alternated between using pressed and loose as well. So all that to say, we're trying out something new. It's always exciting trying something new. I hadn't really followed Nikki LaRose before, but I'm really glad I am following her now because I think she's got lots of interesting things to say, to talk about, to show us, because she is a makeup artist of many years standing. So the new product we're going to try is the IT CC Nude Glow SPF 40. Now I'm not bothered about the SPF 40 at all. I've already got my SPF on. But I think a few people have been trying this. I think my lovely friend Sandra Salin may have done. So I thought I'm going to go out and buy it myself because I wanted to try a NYX Cosmetics product for ages. I used to swear by the CC cream back in the day, probably about 10 years ago, whenever I first discovered it, because I read that Nigella Lawson really liked it. But I did kind of struggle with it after a while because I find it was very thick. So anyway, we're trying this one. It seemed to go well yesterday. So it's Nude Glow, which I think implies that it's lighter than the usual. I thought we'd give this a go because IT Cosmetics is definitely a name to conjure with, and it does some really good work. I remember reading about the creator and why she created it. She was a newsreader, I believe. And I think she had rosacea, and she created this to cover up her rosacea without looking too cakey and unnatural. Now, shall we use a brush? I think we might actually. I haven't used a brush for a while, but let me just go and get a brush and we'll use that for a change. Right, we're going to use this Merit brush, which was gifted to me when Merit sent me a lot of products recently, and I did a video with a full face of Merit, and I really like this brush. It's like a sort of smaller version, I suppose, of the BK Beauty, but I did find it really good for applying their complexion stick. So let's see what it's like with this. See, that's going on really well, isn't it? Don't you think? Actually, that's a great shade. I did their shade match online. Sometimes online works really well, other times it doesn't, but this seems to have worked well. Well, I'm very impressed with that. What do you think? Now, let's just build it up a tiny bit because I do have this blemish here. So let's just see what happens if we can build it. I'm sure it does say it's buildable. So let's just see. I'm just going to take a tiny wee bit. And let's just see if we can build that up a bit. Oh yeah. Yeah, I think that's fine. Because what's good is this is not the same at all, I don't think, as the original CC cream from NYX Cosmetics that I had. It certainly doesn't feel like it. It feels very, very light. Now, is it glowy? It's hard to tell. Well, I suppose it is a bit. What do you think? That looks a bit glowy to me. Yeah, not bad at all. I'm liking that very much. Now, the next thing we'll do is concealer. And I'm using the Fenty. This was when I went in the other day, a couple of weeks ago, to Selfridges and got a makeover from the Fenty counter. Now, this is quite a dark shade. This is darker than I would normally go, but the Fenty makeup artist suggested I try this. I thought, well, fair enough, why not? So what we're going to do is I'm just going to apply it, and then I'm going to let it sit for a bit. Now, one of my lovely subscribers said to me that she needed me to show her how to apply, well, it was the Estee Lauder Double Wear. In fact, perhaps I should have done that today. I don't know if well, I know I'm not an expert at how to apply concealer, but at the moment I'm finding that the best way for me, and I'd love to use a brush, and I see all sorts of age groups using brushes, including Sandra, my lovely Sandra, who's 84, uses a brush. I just don't get on with brushes at all. I find they pull my skin. I mean, I don't think it can just be me and my cat-handedness, but maybe it is. So I really like to pat a bit and then get a damp beauty sponge. And I find that that is quick and easy and tends to make my under eye look smoother than if I apply it with a brush. So that's what we're going to do. We're just going to pat, pat, pat all around with a damp beauty sponge. And when I say damp, what I've done is I've run it under the tap. Actually, it was about an hour ago now when I think about it. I run it under the tap. I then squeezed it into a towel and then into another sort of little flannel, just to get as much moisture off as possible. Right, let's have a look. I'll have to look in my magnifying mirror, see if that's done the business. Okay, so all we've got to do now is this side is always the dodgy side. Can you see there's a few ridges there? So let's just smooth that out if we can with my finger. Let's have a look. Oh yeah. See, I think that's pretty good. So really it's just fingers and sponge, that's what it is. Fingers and sponge. And then we'll just let that set for a little bit. And there's no creasing there, is there? Of course, as soon as we put powder, there will be, but I think that's why Nikki LaRose, I do speak so quickly at times. I fall over my words. I need to slow down. I think that's why Nikki LaRose suggests leaving your concealer to set for a little bit while you do other bits of your makeup. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to go anywhere near the powder at the moment. So let's do eyebrows next. We'll use the Powder Louder by NYX, which we like very much, at the affordable end of things. So this is a mixture. There are some affordables and some pricier products that I used yesterday as well. I suppose it's more pricey or mid-priced, mixed with some affordables like this, which is available from Amazon. Right, while we're waiting for the concealer to dry, we will apply, and this is another Nikki LaRose technique which I saw her do in these makeup tricks. I'll link her video down below for you. It was really good. And what she suggested was applying some highlighter, powder highlighter, and then on top of that applying blush. And her rationale was that if you put powder highlighter on, or highlighter, it might be lovely in pictures, but when you go outside it just shows up every crevice, every crinkle and all of that, and doesn't look realistic. But she said if you put the highlighter on and then a cream or even a liquid blush, but she said it works best with cream, on the top, it looks really natural. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to use my Hourglass palette, and this, believe it or not, is the highlighter. It's not these two, these are powders. So we're just going to do that, and we're just going to apply it where we'd apply our blush. So we'll do a bit more. Can you see how it's coming out? It's a fantastic colour, isn't it? Very golden. But we're going to put our cream blusher on the top afterwards. And then the cream blusher. Now this is Fox by Merit. I mean, you could just apply it straight from the kind of bullet, couldn't you? So, but we won't, just to be on the safe side. There we are. I've got a lot of texture going on this side. Right, let's use our beauty sponge to sheer out the colour a bit. I'm happy to say my nose hasn't been red of late because I haven't got hay fever yet. That usually comes in June. Now let's go in with the powder, and I'm going to use my little mini airbrush flawless finish. And I'm going to use the Angie Hot and Flashy brush, which I know is meant to be for concealer, but actually I prefer it for powder. And we're just going to be very careful here under the eyes. Yeah, I think that looks good. Now let's do the eyes. And all I did yesterday was use one of my most adored pencils, well, my most adored pencils actually, the Victoria Beckham Satin Kajal liner. And what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to do not exactly a wing, but just sort of a bit coming out here and then smudge it. That's all I'm going to do, a bit coming out here. That's not very technical, is it? But you know what I mean? Just a sort of sweep of colour here at the side, and then smudge it out, and then some mascara, and that's it. There, that's nice and minimalist. That's very minimalist actually. And now let's go in with some mascara. And talking of minimalist, I'm going to use the Merit. I haven't really used this all that much. This was gifted to me as well. Haven't found a mascara that I'm loving at the moment. I'm also trying, but I'm not going to show that on camera at the moment because it's so clumpy, the new Chanel. Is it Chanel? Yes, it is. And I'm not madly impressed with it, I must say. So not va-va-voom, but I think nice for a minimalist makeup. And then what we're going to do, and what I did yesterday, was I layered a couple of lipsticks just because I grabbed them off the shelf. I haven't actually talked about these, and one's a number 7. Actually, I think they're both number 7. Yes, they're both number 7. This is the... I can't remember what they are at the moment. Anyway, they're both number 7. What we're going to do is layer them, which is what I did yesterday. So first we're going in with this one, which I put on, and I thought, that's a little bit dark. So then I went with this one on top. I actually love layering lipsticks. It's fun because you can create your own colours, can't you? So there we are. That's the makeup I did yesterday when I went out with my daughter and the family for her birthday dinner. So now let me take you over to my hair tools, and I'll show you how I curled my hair a little bit with a tong to make the top bit of my hair not look quite so frizzy. Let's go and do that now. Right, this is the tool I'm going to use. I'm glad I didn't get rid of these because this was one of the tools I'd relegated to upstairs in my loft because I wasn't really using it. I can't even remember who makes it, or oh, it's Babyless, yeah, it would be. So I'm just going to turn it on. I think I've got it on the hottest setting and just let it heat up. Now, do you think I'm looking a bit too glowy? I've just looked in my big mirror and thought, crumbs. That is very glowy, and I don't think we can blame it all on the highlighter, but I don't know, maybe it's all right. Anyway, if it's the IT Cosmetics CC cream, glow is definitely right. It is glowy. Right, so I need gloves. I need thermal gloves. Not thermal gloves, but thermo something or other gloves, because otherwise I'm going to burn my hands. I'm terrible with tongs. So I always wear gloves just to be on the safe side. I just got these from Amazon. Now, while we're waiting for my hair to cool, I wanted to update you on something. Now, I know we've had lots of chats about living in France and we eventually discounted that. And we've had probably even more chats about me moving to Suffolk to live by the sea. Well, it looks as though it's really going to happen. Because we've accepted an offer on our house and we've had an offer accepted on a house in Suffolk. So that doesn't necessarily mean it's a done deal. As we know, those of us who live in the UK, I don't know what it's like in other parts of the world, but in the UK particularly, well, in Scotland it's different, but in the rest of the UK, nothing is signed, sealed and delivered until it literally is signed. So until we've signed a contract to actually purchase the property, and that could take about 6 to 8 weeks or maybe longer, we can't say that we've definitely done the deal because anything could happen. Our purchasers are in a chain. They've got cash buyers, I believe. So it's a small chain and the people we're buying from have already moved out, in fact, because they were separating or something. So they've moved out of the house. There's no one in the house that we want to buy. So that's where we're at. Now, I'm not going to talk too much more about it now because A, we don't know whether it's definitely going to happen. And B, my husband is an incredibly private person and doesn't want to be shown in any videos or anything like that. So we're definitely keeping him out of the picture. But all that to say, you may see some changes in this room and in my study, if I show you my study as well, because I'll be doing the huge task of planning what I'm going to take, what I'm going to put into storage, because the house we're moving to is a lot smaller than this one, although we are going to make some changes to it, but not straight away. We need to move into it with minimal stuff and then start to plan what we're going to do and also maybe start to bring some more items in. But basically we want to move in there with very little stuff. I do anyway. My husband may be a different story, but that's up to him. So there's going to be quite a lot of packing up and sorting out and decluttering and all of that. So I will try and show you some of that because it might be of interest, I don't know. But let me know in the comments if it is of interest to you and I will try and show you some of it. So I'm hoping we're going to be in our new house, if all goes well, by the end of July, I'm guessing. Fingers crossed. So that's really exciting. In other news, as you know, I'm trying to lose weight. I haven't weighed myself today because I'd rather wait till Wednesday morning and then I will pop that on the screen at the end of this video so you can see whether there's been any change or not. I'm also trying to get to grips with my Ultra Human Air ring, this ring here, which it's taking me quite some time, which is partly why I haven't done a video where I focused on it. Now, it was gifted to me, full disclosure, and I did hum and ha about whether to even accept it. And I asked my daughter and she said, oh yes, accept it. I'll have it if you don't want to use it. I don't think that's quite what Ultra Human had in mind. But anyway, I thought I'd give it a go. Now, it is taking me some time to get used to it and to understand the readings. But one of the things I am enjoying about it is it tells me where I've been when I go on my fast walks, because I'm really trying to do a fast walk one day and weight training the next day. So alternating weights and cardio. And the great thing is it's showing me after I've done my route where I've been. I mean, I know where I've been, but it's helpful to see it and how many kilometers it is and what my heart rate was and all of that. So that's been really good. And actually another very exciting thing, but I'll show you that next week in next week's vlog, my weighted vest arrived. Now I'm mentioning this partly because it was from 2 people that I saw that a weighted vest was even a thing. I'd never heard of it. So Angie Hot and Flashy and my lovely friend Tina of Tina's Best Midlife. So both of them swear by these weighted vests. Now I was watching Angie, I think it was yesterday or the day before, who'd done a video on what she eats in a day as well as her exercise. And she was very focused on upping her protein. Now I know this is a really big topic on YouTube at the moment and probably off YouTube as well, that women of a certain age, post-menopause, need a lot more protein in their diet. Now, I am not keen on the idea of drinking a protein shake or eating a protein bar. I think that those types of foods, and this is my personal opinion, and I know lots of you will have completely different opinions about it, I think that those sort of manufactured foods are a little bit on the ultra-processed side, so I'd rather not eat a manufactured food. I would rather, in order to up my protein, I'd rather look at my diet and make sure that I've got enough protein in the foods that I generally eat, and maybe bring more of them into my diet than I have been doing. So when I went to see my cardiologist, she said I needed more fibre, so I am trying to do that. But I checked on protein, roughly what I would eat in a day in terms of protein content, and I think I was getting about 60 grams or so a day, which generally speaking is supposed to be about right for me, because I weigh 57.5 kilos, I think, and a gram of protein per kilo of weight, of your body weight, is supposed to be about right. But I understand that some people, and there's some schools of thought that say that older women, postmenopausal and particularly much older women like myself, and I'm 70, need even more protein. So it's difficult to find some really good research to back that up. So I'm hoping that at some point Tim Spector and Zoe will come up with a definitive answer, because even my menopause guru, Dr. Louise Newsome, even she doesn't seem to have addressed the specific protein issue, or at least I couldn't find any information about it. So we're watching this space, but I am trying to ensure that I do get plenty of protein into my diet in the most natural way possible. And Greek yogurt, for example, has protein in it. So that's great, because I have Greek yogurt at least in the morning and sometimes with other meals later. And also, thanks to the Tim Spector book, I'm bringing in a lot more beans, so butter beans, cannellini beans, etc. So I'm regularly eating those. In fact, if I want to bring in extra protein via those beans, what I've been doing is I've been baking in a tray, in a little baking tray, a drained tin of butter beans with a tin of tomatoes, or some fresh tomatoes, baking those in the oven for about 20 minutes, half an hour on a highish heat. And then I'm just adding a tablespoon of those beans to a salad or anything I have for lunch. If I'm having one of those slices of bread that I baked from Tim Spector's book, which is the seeded bread, and then I'll put some kimchi, and it's absolutely delicious without vinegar, which Tim says you mustn't have vinegar in your kimchi because it just destroys all the goodness. So kimchi, a seeded slice, and then maybe a tablespoon, or maybe slightly less than a tablespoon, of the butter beans, just to add a bit of extra protein. It's really tasty, actually, the combination of butter beans and tomatoes. I know it sounds very, very dull, but it's actually very delicious. So let me know in the comments, how do you feel about protein and upping your protein as an older woman? What do you think, and how do you do it? Do you like a protein shake or a protein bar? Or are you like me and you don't really fancy them? Let me know in the comments. Right, I think we've left the hair long enough. Let's see what happens if we just run our fingers through it. And you can see, I think, that it has helped. And it's not quite as fuzzy. It is a bit fuzzy on the ends. But I think the top bit, yeah, I think that's really quite good. Thank you, my darling viewers, for suggesting it. It was a great idea. Now, I don't know about you, but I think I'm looking a bit sweaty, if I'm honest, never mind glowy, because I'm not sure I really like the very shiny look. Dampen that down a bit. I don't like looking shiny on my upper lip. Right, let's go and see what's new in my wardrobe. So 3 wedding guest dresses and a couple of pairs of linen trousers. And let's have a try on. So here is the first dress that I'm thinking of wearing to this wedding in June. So it's by Nobody's Child. I think this is a size 12, and of course everything I mentioned will be listed and linked below, but it was quite reasonably priced. It was £85. It's lined, which is very nice, and it has pockets. Now normally I don't like pockets because they usually sit in the wrong place for me, but actually I don't mind them with this dress. I think they look okay. So it's got straps, but you don't have to wear the straps if you don't want to. I just think I probably need to. I am wearing a strapless bra because I think I need to do that as well. But of course, the one thing it is doing is kind of pushing my bosoms down a bit. But do we mind that? I don't know. I really like the ruching. It is a cream colour rather than white, which is probably fine for a wedding. Actually, it's probably better not to be wearing white, isn't it? It feels very, very comfortable. I think I'll be fine wearing this all day because I think it starts at 12:30 or 1, the wedding Goes on, I've forgotten how long it goes on for now, but it's just, I know it's going to be wonderful. Just even if the weather's not good, it's going to be wonderful because they're such a fantastic couple. And then of course if it's chilly, because it will be June, I'm thinking about, I know some of you probably won't like this, I'm thinking about wearing my oversized blazer that I got from Vinted a couple of years ago to make it look a little bit edgy. Do we think this works? I don't know about these shoes either. I bought these shoes again from Vinted a couple of years ago for another wedding I was going to. Did I wear them? I think I did wear them actually, yes I did. And I think they look quite good. But do we think this jacket's a bit... I mean, actually, I think it's quite nice. I think it looks quite good. I don't think it looks too silly. I mean, yes, it might look like I borrowed my grandfather's jacket, or maybe my husband's, I don't know, or my son's even. But actually, I don't think it's too bad. The only thing we could do is we could try the cream Uniqlo jacket. So should we do that just to compare and contrast? It might be a bit too utilitarian and not really appropriate for this. No, that's definitely not right, is it? So probably the only thing I'm lacking is a bag. I have a beautiful bag. Where is it? I mean, maybe you could wear this bag. It's introducing another colour. I don't know. It's actually not that bad, is it? But it's very, very small. That's the only drawback. And I have got a little black handbag somewhere. I think it's upstairs, which, again, funnily enough, I bought for a wedding in Australia about 100 years ago. So yes, not sure about this bag actually. It's probably not right. It's a lovely mulberry bag my daughter bought for me, but not with this outfit, I don't think. So we might have to, well, we'll fish out the little black bag and we'll see whether we need to get another bag. But what do we think? So this is wedding guest dress number 1. But as you will see in a moment, I decided to try out a couple of Cos dresses as well. So let me show you those. Now, this is Cos dress number 1. Now, I wasn't necessarily thinking about it for the wedding, but I just really loved the line of the dress, the way it drapes. It just feels so soft and romantic somehow, and I just think it's a really unusual style. Again, it's got pockets really low down actually, and I love this sort of drapey effect. I love the slits at the side. This is £99, so it's only a little bit more than the polka dot dress, but it just feels so lovely. I thought I might have to have it taken up, but actually it's just about okay if I did decide to keep it with these shoes, and I think it looks fine with these shoes. I was thinking about wearing it with, if I do keep it, with the pink bag, because it might be slightly better. Ooh. See, I think that works better, but then maybe you need different coloured shoes. Sorry, everything's falling down here. I can just pick that up. And could we do anything with this beautiful scarf? This is from Agnes B. My husband bought me years ago. It's the only silk scarf I own now. Is that too much? Is it too granny-ish? I don't know, actually. I don't know. No, maybe not. I don't feel quite right in it. No, I think it's better to keep the lines. So maybe a different coloured bag if I was going to wear this. I mean, it is quite plain. It's maybe not as wedding guesty as the polka dots, but it is very, very beautiful, I think. And maybe it's not showing up how beautiful I think it is, how drapey it is on camera. I will insert a picture as well of the model wearing it as I will with the other dresses. But, oh, do you know, I'm so tempted to keep this anyway. But then when am I going to wear it if I don't wear it to the wedding? It's not like I go out on lots of smart events. But I think you probably could dress it down as well. You could probably wear it with sandals, but if I was going to wear it with sandals, I'd have to get it taken up a bit. Flat sandals, that is, because it would be too long then. So I don't know. What do we think? Is it a keeper? Should I keep it anyway? Right, let me show you the third wedding guest dress, also from Cos. Now, what do we think of this? Now, ignore the sandals. I've only put them on. You can't really see them. I've only put them on because I don't have any white or appropriate coloured sandals or shoes to wear with this dress. I think it'd be some kind of strappy sandals. but I thought I would put some footwear on. This would have to be taken up as well, depending on how high the heels are, if I did decide to keep it. But oh my gosh. Now the thing about this is it's not my colour, I would say. This is too pale apricot or peach. Maybe peach is probably about the right shade, isn't it? But it's so beautiful. I just had to try it on. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, in a way, this wouldn't look out of place at some kind of awards ceremony, would it? Can you imagine if I ever get invited to the BAFTAs or something, I could waft in this gown. I mean, it feels like a gown. This is definitely more of a gown than the other two, isn't it? And it's so stunning. And again, it's not super pricey. It's £135, which isn't unbelievably expensive, is it? But it's so beautiful. I just, oh man, I just couldn't resist it. I really couldn't. I just think it's stunning. Now I haven't done the back up properly. In fact, I'm not sure. Is my bra showing? Maybe it's not actually. I'll have to have a look at the footage, but what do we think? It is absolutely beautiful, and I wanted to show it to you anyway because you might have an event to go to and you might want to have a gown like this. I can't stop saying gown or frock. We used to say back in the day, didn't we, a frock? But it is absolutely beautiful. It really is stunning, and it feels, of all the dresses, this feels the most luxe. It's lined, not quite sure what the fabric is. It's not chiffon, but it feels like a sort of thick chiffon almost, and this beautiful lining underneath. It's just, but is it a bit too nighty-ish? That's the only thing it's slightly making me think of a sort of granny nighty, or maybe I'm just being silly. So let me know in the comments what you think. Which one should I keep? Because they've all got their labels on. I could send them all back if I wanted to. I'm just not 100% sure, A, what to wear, and B, what to keep anyway. I mean, even if I didn't wear the other two, should I keep them and wear them at other events? I don't know, or for other occasions. Let me know in the comments. Right, let's go on to my two other items from Cos that I want to show you, two tops and my two bottoms from Whistles. So, firstly, what do we think of this beautiful pink Cos t-shirt? Now, those of you who have signed up to my newsletter, and if you haven't, the link to do so is in the description box below. I did talk about this t-shirt and I think it's fantastic. The quality is so good. Yes, it's more expensive than the M&S version, and it's probably a little bit wider here than the M&S version. This is in a small, I think. I mean, possibly I could have gone extra small, I don't know. But I don't think I could have really, because I think the style is oversized, but I absolutely love it. And having said that, I wouldn't go near powder pink in a recent video. I'm so wrong. I think it's a really gorgeous colour. I think it lifts my complexion, and the material is so much thicker and better quality than a lot of t-shirts that you find of this sort of style. I think it's a real winner. It's £30, and one of my lovely subscribers actually contacted me after she read my newsletter and said she bought one and she absolutely loved it. And while we're here, let me show you the trousers. Now these are the linen trousers from Whistles, so one of the two pairs I bought. And I'm just folding up the t-shirt so you can see. I cannot believe how fantastic these are. They actually fit me. They're a size 12. They don't make my tum look too big. In fact, I can actually pull them on because they've got an elasticated waist. I can actually pull them on without even undoing the zip. And the pockets, instead of being here, which is so unflattering to me, they are in the front, which is so much better. And actually I could almost tuck my t-shirt in, but I'm not going to do that with this one because it's quite boxy. So I think we'll do that with the shirt I'm going to show you now. Now this is a beautiful shirt, but it is too big. So I've actually ordered a smaller size. Let me just adjust the cuffs as well. But again, I absolutely love the colour. I think it's stunning. And then while I'm doing that, can you see I've got my Tony Bianco shoes on. Now the only thing with these is I did get quite sore heels. So I've had to buy some grippers, which I haven't tried yet, but I do love them, and I think they go with so many things. Right, there we are, I've done the cuffs up. So, let me pull these up. So as you can see, it's much too big, but I really like the feel of the linen. This is quite pricey, it was £85. I like the way that it doesn't have those side slits. So again, it's a sort of boxy style, isn't it? But it is much too big. So let's see what happens if we tuck it in. Oh yeah, I forgot to say with these trousers, by the way, they're petite. This has been a bit of a revelation for me. because I think it was because I was watching Midlife Posh Closet, and if you haven't seen her, she's so interesting, and she also has the most beautiful voice. She has lots of theories about midlife clothing and how we should wear it, which I think are really interesting. And she's much shorter than me. She's 5 foot, and she obviously wears a lot of petite, and petite seems to be much more of a thing in the States than it is here in the UK. But I thought I'd have a look and see if I could find any petite trousers, and here they were on Whistles all the time. I didn't even know Whistles did a petite range. So what do we think? I mean, I don't know whether I would wear it tucked in or not. It looks a bit, maybe you'd have to tuck it right in, I don't know. I don't know, what do we think? Can I wear this tucked in? You know me and tucking in, it's not really a thing for me, but maybe it's okay. Anyway, I love the shirt, and I've ordered a smaller one, so we'll see how we get on with that. But this one's going back because it's too big. And finally, we've got these petite trousers from Whistles. In fact, I meant to say another of my lovely subscribers had bought a pair of the cream petite trousers and loved them. And she was saying it was a shame they didn't come in different colours, which is true. I think they only come in black and cream. But anyway, these I think also come in other colours. I can't remember, but like I say, everything will be linked below. And again, they've got pockets in a sensible place. Instead of having them on the hip, they're actually in front, or more in front than is usual. And I think they are really, really lovely. Now, as you know, I've been trying to wear wide leg trousers and failing miserably. And I think these and the cream pair are a good compromise because they're not fitted. They are, I suppose, barrel shaped really, but they just look elevated. They look a bit smarter. They look a bit more thoughtful. They look a bit more fashionable. And I think they look really nice with this Uniqlo shirt. I nearly wasn't going to keep this shirt, and then I tried it on yesterday with these trousers, and I just thought, you know, they look really good. I actually had trainers on last night, but I think they look fine with these sandals. These are last year's Marks and Spencer's. And I really like this outfit. Did I wear a jacket? Oh yeah, I wore my Whistles, big Whistles jacket I bought last year because it was a bit chilly last night. But I think this looks really good. And I think these are a thicker, I'm not sure they are linen actually. I think they're more cotton or cotton linen mix, whereas these are pure linen, I think. But I just feel so comfortable in them. Again, they've got the elasticated waist at the back. They're petite, so they're the right length for me. I don't need to get them turned up. I'm showing a little bit of ankle. I mean, they could have been made for me, and I can't say that very often about any item of clothing I buy, so I couldn't be more delighted. And I must go onto the Whistles website and review them actually, because I feel really enthusiastic about them and I think they're absolutely lovely. So I think we'll end it there because it's now about midday on Sunday and I've got to go to the post office and buy a few bits and bobs, get some fresh air. I've done my weights this morning, which is good. Unfortunately, the weighted vest didn't arrive in time, but I will show it to you very soon. I'll update you on my weight loss, if any, fingers crossed, before the end of this video. And let me know what's happening with you. There's lots going on in the world, lots more things I could have talked about, and actually I had lots on my list. But if I start rambling on any more, this video will be far too long. But there's plenty to talk about, and of course I'll be updating you on whether the move goes ahead and what lies ahead for us. It's all very exciting. And thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you have enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave if you haven't already. And I mentioned my newsletter, which you can subscribe to by using the link in the description box below. I hope you're all really well. It means a huge amount to me that you watch this video and you take the time to comment. Honestly, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I have the absolute best viewers in the world. I really do. And thank you so much for your loyalty and your kindness and your warmth. I so appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you on my next video. Bye.